Hello students, welcome you all for online video lecture on Indian economics. Myself Professor Gyama Naik H, Department of Economics, KLS Gote College of Commerce, Belagavi. Friends, after completing our discussion on demographic features of India, today we shall take up another unit for our discussion, that is public finance, very important from the point of your examination as well as competitive examination, since many objective type questions may appear on this subject. Generally, when we talk about public finance, many things linger in our mind, that is public revenue, public expenditure, public borrowings, monetary policy, fiscal policy, budget, and many more. In other words, public finance is nothing but the study of financial aspects of the government. Friends, since India is having federal form of system in which both central and state governments are functioning together in the country, since the university syllabus prescribes the study of only revenue and expenditure of the central government, we simply ignore the study of revenue and expenditure of the state government. After this little background, let us discuss public revenue of the government, which deals about different sources of revenue of the central government, that is from what sources government can mobilize its revenue. Friends, from the point of understanding the sources of revenue of the central government, broadly classified into three categories, namely tax revenue, number 2 non-tax revenue, and number 3 capital receipts. Though there are three categories of sources, but generally we consider only two categories, that is tax and non-tax source of revenue. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss and learn about the tax revenue of the central government. Before we discuss the various taxes of the central government, let us understand the meaning of tax, that is, what is a tax? Friends, tax is a compulsory payment or contribution made by the people to the government without expecting any direct benefit from the government. Repeat once again. Tax is a compulsory payment or contribution made by the people to the government without expecting any direct benefit from the government. That is quid pro quo. The word quid pro quo stands for direct benefit. Here, without direct benefit, that means person or people who pays the tax to the government cannot demand or insist for any direct benefit from the government. Whenever government imposes any taxes on the people, it is compulsory obligation on the part of every individual to pay the tax to the government. To provide service or not, it is left to the government. The government may give or may not give the direct benefits for the payment of tax. After understanding the meaning of tax, let us see what are the different taxes imposed by the central government on its citizens. The government of India imposes different taxes from time to time for revenue purpose. Some of them are income tax, corporate tax, central excise duty, custom duty, wealth tax, gift tax, estate duty or death duty, capital gain tax, interest tax, and service tax. Let us discuss and understand each tax one by one. I said earlier, the central government mobilizes its revenue from various taxes, and some of them are as follows. Number 1, income tax. Income tax is also known as personal income tax, and it is levied on the incomes of individuals Hindu undivided families, and unregistered farms. It is one of the most important source of revenue to the central government. Next one is corporate tax. The income tax on the net profits of the joint companies is called corporate tax. That is, the income tax on the net profits of the joint companies is called corporate tax, and it is levied on the incomes of registered companies and corporations. Next one is central excise duty, are the taxes levied on the commodities which are produced within the country. Example, production of sugar, cotton, cement, paper, petrol, tires, electrical equipments, tea, tobacco, cigarettes, motor spirit, etc., except liquor and narcotic drugs, on which excise duty is levied by the state government. Presently, central excise duty is one of the leading source of revenue to the central government. Central excise duty means what? The taxes which are imposed on the commodities produced within the country except liquor and narcotic drugs, on which the excise duty is levied by the state government. And presently, central excise duty is one of the leading source of revenue to the central government. Next one is custom duty. Custom duties are the taxes levied on both import and export of goods of a country. Custom duties are another most important source of revenue to the central government after central excise duty. What is the difference between the central excise duty and customs duty? Central excise duty is the tax imposed on the goods and services produced within the country. Custom duties are taxes levied on the both import and export of goods. Next one is wealth tax. It is levied on the net wealth of individuals and Hindu undivided families, and it is a progressive tax. Next one is gift tax. Gift tax is a tax is levied on gifts of property by an individual in his lifetime to future successors. It was abolished in the year 1998. Next one is death duty or estate duty. This is a tax levied on the property of a person passed on to his heirs or successor. Presently, it was also abolished. Next one is capital gain tax. This tax is levied on the capital gain made from the sale or exchange or transfer of capital assets. That is why it is called as capital gain tax. Whenever the capital assets are transferred or exchanged or selling, and whatever that income on that which is tax is imposed, it is called as capital gain tax. Next one is interest tax. This tax is levied on the gross interest earned by commercial banks and individuals. And last one is service tax. Central government can also mobilizes its revenue by imposing certain taxes on certain services. After discussing the different taxes, in conclusion, we can say that among all the taxes, personal income tax, that is income tax, central excise duty, customs duty are considered as leading source of revenue, and remaining taxes brings only a nominal revenue for the central government. That means income tax, central excise duty, and custom duty play an important role in revenue mobilization of the central government. We shall meet and discuss other source of revenue of the government in the next video lecture. Thank you one and all.